Did we lose anything?
Oh, just wait a second.
We did. We lost this side of the room.
Just a little bit. You're live.
Hi, everyone. It is Kimberly from Kimberly's Fabric Stash, and this is our Fabric Bundle Friday special for Halloween decor and how to make your rooms and house Halloween friendly this year. So as you can see, we have a lot of things to show you today, and I'm so glad that you joined me, and I appreciate you taking time out of your busy Friday afternoon to see what we have to talk about. As you could tell, I was running behind today, and I was going to dress up, but I just decided to go with my normal everyday outfit. So you get me in my witch's hat and my witch's costume today. So if you would go ahead and make sure that you hit that like button and subscribe so that you're notified about future events that we have, that would be fantastic. Make sure you ring the bell at the top, and that way when I do go live, the bell's at the bottom. Hit the bell at the bottom, sorry. And when we do go live, you'll be able to see upcoming events, because we have a whole lot of videos planned and live events planned in the coming weeks. So we're going to get you ready for Halloween today. And I am a big believer in Halloween happy decor. So we're not going to do anything that's creepy, spooky, scares little kids or anything like that. I'm more of a let's do friendly, fun things. And there's a lot of ways to approach decorating your home for Halloween. And one of the ways that I think us quilters have an advantage is by the fact that we have a lot of resources at our disposal. So we not only have fabrics that are Halloween themed, but we also have our stashes, we have patterns available, and then we have really great social media venues like Pinterest and YouTube, of course. And so we can get a lot of ideas, and that way, once we see something we really like, all we have to do is implement it. And again, I think we have an advantage because it's easy for us to transform our homes into what we want to see, what we want to see, have others see when they come visit us during the holidays or for Halloween parties. So one of the ways that we can break this down easily is to kind of separate our house into room-specific ideas. So one of the first things I want to share is I broke mine down into the kitchen, the living room or family room, and then my front porch area, or maybe my front door. You might not have a front porch. I really don't have a front porch area. However, I do have a door that I like to put things up on, so people, when they drive by, can see and maybe get a little bit of fun holiday, into the holiday. So that's one of the ideas that I have. Now, you might want to do a different thing where you decorate your bathroom. I have people that decorate stairwells, the kids' rooms. So the sky's the limit as far as how big you want to decorate. But you can just kind of implement these ideas into your home. So one of the things that we're going to start with is the kitchen, because I think the kitchen is kind of like the family gathering area for meals. Maybe you have guests over and you all are talking and you have them out in your kitchen area. So one of the things that you can do to decorate your kitchen is to replace your towels with decorative towels. Now, I put the links up to what I'm going to show you today, so you'll be able to see all those links in the comments below. And one of the first things I want to share with you is this beautiful towel. It is machine embroidered, because many of us do have embroidery machines. And those of you that don't, maybe you have a friend that can do this for you. This is a crow on a pumpkin. That's found at Embroidery Library. And these are towels that we're just hanging up for our guests to see. This one says boo. And it's awesome because they're easy to change out. They don't take very long to do in the machine embroidery portion of things. And the company that I really like is Embroidery Library. So first thing you can do is change out towels. Now, these are towels that you're not drying the dishes with. This is an example of taking a border stripe and attaching this right to the towel. And then all you do is just hang them up wherever. You might have a cute little towel rack in your kitchen. Sometimes you can hang it off the oven. It just kind of just depends what you have as far as the ability to hang things. You could always put this over the back of a chair even. But again, these aren't towels that you're going to wash and dry the dishes with. They're decorative towels. So we use Dunwoven towels for a lot of our decorating. And This is one of the fastest way to start that theme off in the kitchen. The next thing that you can do in your kitchen as well is decorate your table. And one of the ways you can do that is by putting up a table runner or a table topper. So right here, we have this really cute table topper. It's just a runner. And again, it's not like scary. It just says trick or treat on it. It has a little witch. And then the backing on it are these really fun pumpkins. So if something happens to the front and you need to switch it to the back, you can put up these really cute pumpkins. And again, this is just a little table runner for the kitchen table that you can take and transform the kitchen table. Now, I've seen a lot of people make also table toppers, and a table topper can be done easily with just basic colors, black, orange, a little gray, and once you do that, you can automatically, it just becomes that whole Halloween feel. And then from there, at this point, if you have a place, you can hang some garlands, some valances, maybe some back of the chair pads. I've seen really cute ideas on Pinterest for wrapping the back of the chair in, if you take old muslin and you make it into strips and then you wrap the chair, you can make it look like a mummy. So I think that's a really cute idea as well. But there's a lot of things you can do there in the kitchen to make that whole area feel more Halloween-y, I guess, if that's the word we're using today. So from the kitchen, we can go into maybe a living room area or a family room, and there's a lot of different things you can do in those rooms. So one of the things is you could start with a lap quilt like we have here, and I'm going to have the cameras kind of switch a little more this way, if you could. That way they can kind of see that hole just a little bit better. Go ahead that way. Okay, very good. That's good. So this is just a basic panel that we did, and these are half square triangles, and it's Happy Halloween. Let me move Spooky the cat out of the way here because he's helping today. So we got Spooky over there now, and we'll move our fun witch. And again, we just take a basic Halloween panel. You can find Halloween panels everywhere, and just border it out. This is not something that you're going to need a pattern for, directions, and basically you just put in a couple of borders, some half square triangles, and you have an immediate like lap quilt or a wall hanging, which is fantastic. And then if you want to get even more into decorating that room, you can do another wall hanging. This one here is basically, I'm going to kind of explain how this went. This is a panel that I cut apart because the panel had like these blocks going down the side. And then all I did was these pinwheel blocks and a little bit of borders. And I have this instant wall hanging that is really spooky. This is a panel that was from last year from J. Wecker Frisch. Many of you know that we're J. Wecker fans here. And this is just really a really classic looking Halloween. So you can do a lap quilt in that room. You can have a panel hanging in that room. We have ideas here for a bench pillow. Now, if you joined me 2 weeks ago, we talked about these bench pillows, which are fantastic. These are by Kimberbell. And Kimberbell Designs has a whole series of bench pillows, which are fantastic for changing out every month of the year. You can do them as machine embroidery or as regular applique. And for those that really enjoy changing out their decor, I highly recommend looking into these patterns because, again, you have a different theme. The one for Thanksgiving is absolutely adorable. And then the Christmas, and you can just change that out. And their instructions include the directions for the pillow. This is about 30 inches long, so this will go on a bench. So these are some things you can do to add into your family room. Now, maybe you don't have big wall space. Some people just do not have the space for large wall hangings, which is completely understandable. But you can do small accent pieces. This is called Little Ghost. And it is a wool applique, small, with the hanger from the Ackfeld company. And Little Ghost has, it's by, I believe it's Patchabilities, and this is falling. That's okay. But anyway, so this is very cute and small. It's something you can even hang, if you do your bathroom, you can hang this in your bathroom. It's a very cute little pattern. So this is called Little Ghost. And of course, we also have this one here, which I've not made up yet. I have to apologize. We try and do lots of things. This is called Haunting Ghost. And basically, that comes with this cute little haunted house hanger. So if you don't have a lot of wall space, maybe there's the hanger, okay? If you don't have a lot of wall space, these are smaller ideas. It'll still give you that little bit of a fun theme in that room. And you know, people that come over and be like, oh, she's getting into Halloween and look how cute things are. Or you can give these as a gift, okay? Because maybe you have a friend that really gets into Halloween and you don't really decorate that much, but you want to share something with them. This is a good idea as well. So you have some options there as far as, you know, smaller things that you can do. Maybe you don't want to make big things, and that's just fine as well. So the wall hangings, again, the pillows, you can do the lap quilt. Maybe you have somebody that just really loves Halloween, do a lap quilt, or maybe you love Halloween, you could do a lap quilt as well. So those are those ideas. And then as far as other things that you can add in your decor, you can add maybe spooky cat. They're a dollar store item. Like you can go in and get them for $2. And of course we have our lovely gourds. So gourds are fantastic. So, and now I'm going to save my outdoor ideas from just say hello to some people that have joined us first today. So we're going to say hi to Nancy. Thanks for joining me, Nancy. Fran and Carol, hello, and thank you for coming to see me yesterday. I had a blast. I hope you had a blast. I know that it was really fun having you two visit, and they were here before we set all this up yesterday, and I just really enjoyed seeing both of you, and thank you for visiting me. So hi to them as well. So awesome. So one of the other things that you can do as far as maybe a front porch. Let's say you have a small front porch area. You don't have a lot of room. Maybe the wind kind of blows through there, or you have a lot of rain that might get on there. So if you have a storm door, you can put something behind a storm door. So one of the things that you can do is take and make a welcome banner. Okay, so this is really easily done. You might want to flip that one light off there, Leah. Yep. Thank you. So this is really cute. It just says welcome. It has little bats. I believe this is a Patchabilities design. And this is just a really nice welcoming kind of banner that you can put up on your front door. My friend Carol has a really cute one that has these 2 witches boots that says the witch is in. So that's very friendly and fun. And then of course from there you can put out again pumpkins and gourds and you know, a wreath maybe. So those are some different things that you can do. Lights around the door, that would be fun. Now in my kitchen, I have lights strung around a window. They're orange. And then I have a little sparkly tree that has little orange lights. I think lights are helpful to Halloween decor. We do a lot of Christmas lights, but Halloween lights seem to be making like this big entrance into decorating as well. So that's fun too, to add that little bit of pop. So when you're thinking about what am I going to do in this room, try and think of those elements, maybe pillows, light items. And again, we're advantaged because we have stashes, and we have black and orange and gray in our stashes. So we can pretty much whip up anything from our stash. We don't really need to have a pattern in mind. Just simple pinwheels even would do something to help you decorate that room. So those are some ideas that we have. Now, the other thing I wanted to share with you was, now this is, I'm going to move, as far as a wall hanging that maybe you really like the vintage look. We're going to show this one. Now this one here, you could take that. This was loaned to me this week by my friend Paula, and I'm really thankful for Paula loaning this to me. And we're going to drop a light on that too. This is called Vintage Halloween. It is from a company called Yesterday's Charm. And if you can see here, I'm going to try and move that in a little closer. This is all hand embroidery. And it's absolutely sweet with the vintage look. We have a vintage owl with a little pumpkin head. And then we have the kitty cats visiting the pumpkin. And Paula was so kind enough to loan me this because vintage Halloween is just absolutely charming, in my opinion. And this is not a very big wall hanging. I think this comes out at like 40 by 50. And again, it's just a simple patchwork. So if you're not an experienced quilter and you're a beginner, this is something that you can do, especially if you combine the love of hand embroidery with, you know, basic piecing. So one of the things that I know that Paula really likes to use for hand embroidery is Baldini threads. Now, Baldini, if you want to turn that light back on, please. Baldini is a type of pearl cotton but it's not as thick. It comes in different weights. So this is a variegated Baldini cotton, which we have in the shop. And one of the beautiful things about using variegated thread is you get a bit of texture in the design. So you are stitching along, and in Paula's example, you are seeing like this variegation from like a red to a rust, and which is very beautiful for a fall themed or a Halloween themed quilt. Now, if you don't like variegated, you could do it all in one color. Some people do a lot of work in just black, black against white down there at the bottom of the black on that shelf. And yeah. So we have a black pearl cotton here that you could use. And then you could do this whole design in just black with a cream background. Yes, we have lots of Cosmo embroidery flosses here. And one of the beautiful things about doing handwork is if you are in a situation where in the evenings you need to, you can't be in your sewing room. There are many of us that are like, oh, I have to come out of my sewing room and sit and watch TV because we have friends that are spouses or people that want to visit with us, or you need to spend a lot of time waiting someplace. The beautiful thing about hand embroidery is you can take that everywhere. So you can be watching TV in the evening, and maybe it's a good way for you to relax, and you can sit there and just do your handwork. And before you know it, you have these blocks done. These blocks, Lois Saxon that designs these, they're not complicated. They're very simple to do. But again, they're very vintage and wonderful. And of course, you would just use a regular embroidery needle, hand embroidery needle to do these designs. So thank you again to Paula for loaning that to me. I do appreciate that. So that is something that is not something I would put on the back of a couch for a decor item. I would hang that up again, off all that work. And then we can talk sometime about how to get that quilted. If Pam's on us today, I'm sure she could comment about how to hand or how to machine finish a embroidered quilt top. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, it'd probably be just regular batting and backing, but you don't want the machine quilter to go over those designs. You could also finish this by hand quilting it as well, which would be very sweet because you could just go around the different blocks and just highlight them. So you have a lot of options there as far as decor, decorating with an embroidered piece. So that is definitely an option. The other thing that you can think of too is if instead of maybe doing such a big pillow with the applique, maybe you like to do handwork. One of these on a small pillow, like a 12-inch pillow, would be very sweet. And again, you could use that as a gift if you have a friend that really likes vintage Halloween like I do. You could give that as a gift item. So maybe you're going to a Halloween party and you've been invited to do that. It's something that you could take along. So, and the other thing is now we have this beautiful thing here. Well, not beautiful. Let me just kind of switch this up. Okay, so what is this that we're looking at? Well, my friend Carol, who has the witches inside, showed me this as a pattern that was in a magazine about 2 years ago. And I think this is very sweet. Now, the stand is actually very unusual. It is an Ackfeld stand, but you can see here it has this rounded top. Now, you might be thinking, well, gosh, I don't even know where to begin on how to do something like that. Well, basically, all it is if you just take a piece of paper, you could trace the design onto a piece of paper, cut out your fabric, and now you have an instant pattern. And then from there, you can applique on a witch's face, maybe a pumpkin, maybe an owl, or a spooky cat like our friend Spooky here today. So this is something that you can also do. I know many of you have the Ackfeld stands that are 12 by 14. They're square. And then you do a lot of patchability designs in those as well. So a stand is also a really great decor idea that would just kind of bring in a little bit of that friendly Halloween feel. And if you don't like the witch, like I said, you can do a pumpkin or something to that effect. So that's another idea that you could do. All right. So one of the other things that I wanted to do today is we had a question that came up, and I thought now would be a good time to answer that question because we try and be helpful and we want people to be successful in their quilting. And the question was posed, do I take a quilt top and wash it before I layer it with my batting and my backing? And it sounds like a good idea because, hey, you get the shrinkage out of it. However, it really isn't a good idea. And I'm going to explain to you a couple of reasons why. One of the reasons why you don't want to, and we're bouncing, Leah. one of the reasons you don't want to do that is number one, yes, it's going to shrink in the wash, but all those seams that you have made with the with your sewing machine, once it starts washing and it gets agitated in the washing machine, it starts putting out all those strings. And all of a sudden, you're going to have all these strings in your wash from the threads coming undone. Okay. And not your sewing threads coming undone, but the threads of the fabric coming undone. So now you're going to have this like shredded background. At this point, your quilt is going to need ironed. And you really have to be very careful when ironing fabric because it stretches so easily. So as you've washed it, you've put it in the dryer, it is wrinkled. Now you're starting to iron. And before you know it, your blocks are starting to do this like stretch thing. Not a good idea for that. And then on top of that, you're going to have this very out of shape kind of quilt going. You remember, you've already put in all the starch to get these blocks set just perfectly. Once you wash it, all that starch comes out and your blocks are now doing their own thing. And on top of that, if you didn't have a perfect 1/4 inch seam and maybe you kind of went off the rails a little bit when you were sewing, you're going to end up with little holes that you're going to have to back and fix. Now, those holes wouldn't be really in existence once they've hit the long arm table, because most of the time when the long arm goes over that, they kind of stitch those down. Not every time, and Pam could attest to that, I'm sure. But the point is once it's long arm, those holes kind of get sewn down and you don't have to worry about it. So we really advise against washing before you layer. If you want to wash your fabrics before you quilt them, before you piece them, have at. That's a discussion that many people have. And however, then there's the opposing point of view where you don't want to wash, you just want to cut it off the bolt, measure it out, and starch it, and then go ahead and piece that together. So that's one of the questions that was posted this week. And if you have an opinion on it, you're more than welcome to share. But that is just one of those things that we've never really done. So. And those are some reasons why. So at this point, we're going to open it up to where if you guys have questions for me today, this is that time that you guys can ask. If you have a comment that you want to share, if you want to see something again, I can hold it back up and we can talk about it. So if you want to pose that, and make sure again that you are commenting and liking and subscribing so that you can see more videos. Let me know how you like the YouTube version, because usually we are on Facebook Live and we're trying to sit and go back and forth and decide which one we like better. So if you have an opinion on that, let me know. And I think there's your mouse. Okay. And like I said, oh, and let's talk about witch here. I forgot to mention the witch. So this is a very unusual piece. This is a witch made from I made this actually from a company called Happy Hollow Designs. And basically it's a tube that you take these pieces of fabric and you sew them down and you actually iron them together. And it makes this beautiful, it's laid out and it's a beautiful block, and then you sew that together and you pull it up over the tube, and then from there you attach the hat and the hair and her eyes and nose. So it's a very cute design. It's by Happy Hollow. I made this one about 2 years ago, and it's just it's just by my door when you come in the house. She's just saying hello and thank you for visiting. So if you like that, let me know. But so that's our little witch, and actually it looks very complicated. It's very simple to make. So all right, so there's our little witch there, and Leah has been busy in the background reading everything. And I think there is a question. How much is the Ackfeld stand? Is that Fran asking me that? Yes. Fran, off the top of my head, I really don't know, but I will email you after this and let you know. The Ackfeld stands are not expensive. So I know that the regular stand's about $24, and I'm going to say it's probably in that price range. So, but yes, let me know, or I'll get with you after that and confirm that for sure. So, all right, do we have any more questions? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pull the name out of the hat today. We have, actually, we're going to pull 2 names. Do we have 2?
Give me 1 second.
Okay, we're going to have to wait for a second for Leah to pull up another name. Sorry. Anyway, so are you guys ready for Halloween? Are you excited? What are some things that you're doing? Are you making a special meal? Are you just treating it like another day? Are you eating candy because it's so yummy? What are you guys up to? If you guys want to comment about what you guys are doing for Halloween. I know that we're too old to go trick-or-treating. Maybe you're going to a Halloween party, maybe not. Maybe it's a virtual Halloween party this year. Who knows how that's going? Yeah, some people are, but okay, I think Leah's ready now. So in my cauldron here, Leah has placed a couple of names, and I'm going to take my witch's wand and little magic there for everybody. And our gift certificate winners, we have 2 winners today. Connie Tobin. Congratulations, Connie. I will message you at the end of this. You have won a $25 gift card from my shop. And the other one is Sherry B. Thank you, Sherry. And you have won a $25 gift card from my shop. So I appreciate you guys watching and participating with me today. So I hope everybody has had a great week. There's another question. Excited for the pumpkin patch with the new grandbaby. Wow, that is so much fun. I'm excited for you. I have a new grandbaby too. She's a little over 1, and we'll be pumpkin carving hopefully with her this year. That'll be great. So congratulations to our winners as well. And thank you guys for joining me today. So next week, we're going to delve into some things that you'll probably be able to tell once I bring up our shop mascot. So here's a little preview of what we'll be talking about next week. If you can guess the theme, you'll probably guess the theme. But anyway, so I hope to see you again next Friday at 3 p.m. here, either on Facebook Live or YouTube Studio. We'll let you know during the week as well. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend and happy Halloween. Hope you guys have a great time making your gifts. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and take good care. And thanks for joining me again. Bye-bye.